Hello YouTube, Camodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today we are back in the town. Now I hope you guys enjoyed that little intro there. This was a very fun project. Now if you watched yesterday's video, you pretty much know what today is going to be. It is a drag strip, and this thing is a fully functional drag strip. It's not just there for show. It is an awesome facility. It took quite a bit of time to do. Now, I really didn't intend on this project taking as long as it did, but it just grew. At first it was going to be like, alright, let's just have a drag strip. And then it's like, let's put grandstands. Let's put a suite. Let's build drag cars. So yeah, it was definitely a project, but this is a very cool thing. I want to thank Mr. Non-Newtonian, and I want to thank Scrubmaster. They helped me with some things here on the drag strip, and I'll go over that here in a second. But anyways, guys, if you want to check out yesterday's episode, I actually had something pretty interesting in there. I have a tram system that was sent to me, and we might be using that for the town soon. And also I'll be having that military base project coming up shortly too. I've already started building on that. But anyways, guys, remember, if you're enjoying Scrap Mechanic, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It helps my channel out a whole lot. And let's go ahead and go over the drag strip here. Okay, probably one of the first things you're going to notice here is the big blank canvas. No folks, I do not have a name for the drag strip. I always think it's just an honor. It's just fun to have you guys name the stuff in the town. So if you guys have any suggestions for the name for the drag strip, comment below. We'll probably eventually do a poll on it, and then I'll write it up here on the sign. So yeah, you've got that. Back here, this is the bleachers. We're just going to go over the whole facility, then I'm going to make a couple runs down and show you how the track works itself. This is the main grandstand here. You would walk up. There's a couple little details that I still want to add to it. I just kind of ran out of time. But you go in here, you'll scan your ticket, and as soon as you scan it, the little gate lets you in, and you can go in. We've got quite a few grandstands on this side. This is like the general admission side, and over there, that's going to be the suites and probably the little bit more fancy ticket holders, maybe season ticket holders. But yeah, you've got a nice view here. Drag strips are always... they're always something to go to. We have one fairly close to us, and I've been to a couple events. It's an experience. These things are so loud, it shakes the grandstands. I mean, they are deafening. You have to wear ear protection when you're around these things. And it's just an experience, and something like, say, here in the grandstands, I mean, you've got a good view. I mean, it's just really, realistically, it's just a straight shot, but it's just a very awesome experience, so you always get to be really close. That's why these grandstands, it's probably a little closer than they normally would be to the track, but it is Scrap Mechanic, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But yeah, that's the view from the grandstands. Let's go ahead and hop over to the other side. Now the other side's going to be for maybe the corporate sponsors, maybe the season ticket holders. I've got a full set of suites in here, and we have a commentary box up there in the middle. So let's go ahead and go into here. I don't have an elevator or anything, I just did stairs. Down here in the bottom, you would walk in. Now say, I don't know, you're a season ticket holder, maybe your team rented out one of the suites, you can go into here. These are all exactly the same. It's got some seating here, got a nice view of the track. I actually like the upstairs suites a little bit better because you've got a better view. So you've got those, you've got these windows, you can see into the other suites. I took some reference pictures, or I took them off the internet, and just kind of did what I thought would be appropriate for a kind of a drag racing suite. This isn't like your fancy sports stadium, you know, football suites. I've seen some of those, and those things are absolutely fantastic looking. A little too fancy though. So we're gonna go into here. Here's the upstairs suites. Like I said, these have a little bit better view, so you can walk out into here, and boom, look at that. We've got a view of the start line here, and you can somewhat see down there. Now these would probably have maybe some TVs in them, that way you can view the rest of the race. Now this area here, this is for track officials, and say, I don't know, somebody's broadcasting this race. This will be where the announcers would be. They've got some monitors here, radios, maybe they're listening on team radios. You've got some sitting areas. You got still a nice view of the track. Okay, we're going to go over the track now. Now, this track, depending on the organization, they do different lengths. Sometimes it's an eighth mile, sometimes it's a quarter mile. I don't have anything measured out here. I just have a straight strip here that I think is long enough to have a pretty decent drag race. So this thing fully works. Now, you can see the spider web here, and you can see the connections running down the track. Now the track itself is actually sectioned off. It's got about, I would say, 4 cuts in it that have these little slanted pieces, that way it keeps a solid surface. I know I complain a bit about bounciness on the concrete, and that's why I did that. But there is one solid piece connecting the front here to the very end of the track that runs all the way into the ground, and that's why you're still seeing that solid connection. You're seeing all the little connection points run out that way. So this track fully works. It's got a working tree here, and it's got working race timers down at the end. And now how these work, you're going to pull up here, say this is a little burnout or staging section, so you burn out. Of course you don't have to do this in Scrap Mechanic, I'm just explaining what you would really do in real life. So you burn out, pull back, and you're ready to stage. Now it takes both cars. Now you can do this by yourself, you just have to block off one of the sensors, so say like we block off this one here. So it takes both cars to pull up to the line here. So as soon as the nose of the cars hits, it activates these sensors. So you've got one here, and we're going to activate the other one just with the character. So say we pull up here, and we're waiting, the other car's already staged, and we're going to stage here. So we hit the sensor, and there goes the tree. And then as soon as the green starts, the timers start down at the end. So you're racing down this way, and here comes the first cut here. And like I said, this isn't a solid piece anymore. I'm using these slanted pieces upside down. There's not actually a connection there, so it keeps it from bouncing. Now, you're still seeing a bit of bounce. You do, when you build one of these drag cars, you want to have some downward facing thrusters for downforce to keep these things from bouncing so much. You'll see on all the drag cars that we have downward facing thrusters. It helps a whole lot. So anyways, we're going down here, and as you can see, we have set the slowest possible time for a drag race, but it is running. Now, here's the timers. I mean, these are cool. I didn't even imagine that we were going to do this at first. So we hit these, and you can see these little holes in the wall. Those are sensors. So you're going to pass by, and there's, say, the right lane passes theirs, and the left lane passes theirs. So that should stop the timer. So we got 54 seconds there and 58 over here. So that is really cool. Now, like I said, there is a solid piece running under here. You can see it there. There's the logic, and it runs down all the way down to the tree. So those pieces are actually connected. So that's how that works. You've got another little grandstand here, by the way, too. So yeah, you've got that. You do have a little bit of a runoff area here. You would be slowing down. And if worst case scenario, all these tracks have like a gravel or a sand pit at the end and a little net. You're not supposed to use this net. I mean, that is the worst case scenario possible. That is, if you hit the net, you are crashing. But that's what it is. We wanted to make this look as realistic as possible. So anyways, we are about ready to actually make some runs here. I've got several drag cars. I've got one funny car that I've built. Scrubmaster built a Dragster, and Mr. Non-Newtonian built a awesome rocket diesel. I think he called it Shockwave. I think it's an actual, or it's based on an actual vehicle. But yeah, let's go ahead and go down there and check those out real quick. Okay, one thing I need to explain before we drive these, say your race is done, to stop, say if you want to manually stop the timers, you'd hit the white buttons here, and then to reset those timers, hit the red button, and you're good to go to race again. So anyways, let's jump into the first vehicle. This is the vehicle I created. This is based off a funny car. Now the body is a bit wonky. I'm gonna fully admit that. Building this with vanilla parts was extremely challenging. But anyways, you got the chassis down under here. There's the big motor, a little gas tank I think actually sits in the front. You've got these are the downward thrusters I've been talking about. Those are absolutely necessary. You wouldn't see those on an actual funny car though. So you've got that, you've got the wily bar in the back, we've got another rocket to help us get down the track, and those little black things, those are supposed to be the parachute. So yeah, this thing works. It folds down, you've got a little escape roof hatch. It's extremely fun to drive. It is challenging because, like I said, the bumps are a bit, they're a bit unpredictable, but I have made several clean runs down the track. So yeah, we're gonna jump in here. And this is probably one of the coolest cockpits that I have on a vehicle. So say you're sitting in here and you're ready to go. So you're all bundled in here. You've got your little cage. What you're going to do, So the first thing, you're gonna hit the 3 key, and this is gonna lower the body. And a lot of times when these things burn out, they'll back up and they'll lift the body, it'll clear the smoke, and they'll make some fine adjustments for the run. So yeah, the cockpit, it's extremely cool. Like, this looks like a funny car cockpit. So let's go ahead and give you a view of the outside. Like I said, the body doesn't look the best. I really wish we had some more parts to shape this thing, but I think it looks pretty good. So what we're gonna do here, we've already lowered the body down. The 3 key, of course, you can just back it back up. I really do not suggest going down the track like this because it shifts a whole lot of weight to the back. So you've got that. You're gonna hit the 4 key, there's your downward thrusters. The 1 key is the escape hatch. Say you crash or something, or a lot of times they'll open it up at the end of the track to let out some smoke and get ready to climb out of the vehicle. So we're ready to make our run here. Now the 2 key is gonna be your back thrusters. This thing already has a ton of power with the 2 gas motors. They're set up to full blast. So yeah, it's a handful. So we're gonna go down here. I'm not gonna activate the tree because obviously I don't have an opponent to do this with. I guess maybe I could stick some blocks in there. Let's go ahead and let's do that real quick. I might try to do this from first person. This is really cool to do it from here. So we're gonna go ahead and edge forward here. Now it's kind of hard to tell. Normally they have somebody actually kind of waving them forward to line them up to the first stage. Let's see. All right, we're getting there. There we go. We activate it and we're off. Hit that back thruster. Oh, it shifted a little too. Oh, that was terrible. Yeah, this thing is an absolute handful. It shifted over to the right. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get a clean run. The inside, it's really challenging to get down with this, and now finally I'm able to get down the track. So yeah, if we wouldn't have shifted forward that first time, we would have made it, but yeah, you can see how that works. I want to make one more real quick run here. I'm gonna do it from the outside, see if I can get a little cleaner run there for you guys. Okay, we are staged again. This might be hopefully a little bit cleaner run here. I can actually see. So we're gonna edge up here. We're getting close. About to activate the tree, and there it goes. There we go, and green. There we go. Back thruster. This is gonna be cleaner if the bumps don't get me. Oop, yep. I'd probably be disqualified right now for going over into the other lane, but we're gonna make a run. And oh, the timers didn't reset. Oops. I meant to do that, but yeah, you kind of get what's supposed to happen there. That one was a little bit cleaner run. I would have preferred to have stayed over in my lane, but this thing is a handful. Now, Mr. Non-Newtonian's rocket dragster, or rocket truck, is actually a little bit more stable. I think part of the reason why mine isn't so stable, I probably need to weld the body to the chassis. It shakes pretty bad on those back bearings. Alright, so this is Shockwave. This is the rocket truck that Mr. Non-Newtonian built. It looks really cool. It's got the big rockets on the back. It's got quite a bit of downward rockets to stabilize it. You've got the electric motors there, the big headers in the front, and what appears to be a huge plow, which I really don't know what we would need that for, especially in a drag race. But anyways, let's go ahead and stage this one here. The edge up to the line. There we go. Almost there, and there we go. Waiting for it, and green. Like I said, this one's quite a bit more stable than mine. I can get down the track a little bit better. So definitely, I think a part of mine is the little bit of wobble it gets with the body, because I really wanted to make it kind of realistic looking. And oh, that was a pretty decent time. I actually think we hit right around the 13-second mark. Now, most Top Fuel vehicles probably hit about the 8-second mark on, I believe, a quarter mile. So we definitely didn't make any records there, but that's, yeah, 13 seconds, not too bad. Obviously, we need to trip the other one here. So yeah, that is a really cool vehicle. That is stable. I'm pretty sure he's going to have that on his workshop along with the funny car here. So we've got one more vehicle to run down the track, and then we're going to wrap this episode up here. Okay, we are ready for one last run here. Now, I have Scrubmaster's Dragster here. These are pretty cool. He's got two versions of it. It's got like more of a rocket-powered one, and this is your more standard type of dragster. Now, this thing is extremely light. It is a little unpredictable. It does steer off the rear. I think I can get it down. Let's go ahead. We're going to line up here. It runs off of back thrusters, and he's got a couple of the downward, and those run off the 1 key, and I believe he's got like a gas motor in there. So let's go ahead and edge up here. See if we can, oh, just stage. Okay, here we go. And we're off. Okay, I'm a little afraid of the bumps here. Actually, no, we got a pretty decent little run going here. We are still in our lane. Nope. Oh, we almost made it all the way down there to the end. So yeah, really the challenge is going to be designing a drag racing car. Now, I do know some people are probably going to mention that we should try this for multiplayer Monday, which I am not opposed to that. We might have to do that, design some drag cars to get down here, because I think half the challenge is going to be getting down the track. So hopefully they fix a little bit of the bumpiness. It's not too terrible. We have combated it quite a bit with the cuts in the track and everything else that we could think of to do. But yeah, that is the drag track. Like I said, guys, comment below to help name this thing. I don't really know what to call it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be called something Camodo or Camodo drag strip or something. So I'm going to look at that. I'm going to look at some more unique suggestions for it. But yeah, the next project, actually we have 2 projects coming up. Maybe 3, depending on if you guys watched the last episode with the tram. We might try to stick some sort of tram and or train into the town. I'm still looking at it. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I do want to do that. Also, I've started on the military base, so that's another project. And plus Christmas is coming up, so we're going to have a Christmas special in the town. But anyways, guys, thanks for all these suggestions that you've been sending me for the town. Thanks for all the creations that have been sent. I know I still have a lot more to go into and check out. But yeah, thanks for all the support recently on the town videos. It's been fantastic. We'll have some more scrap mechanic coming up, have some more my summer car coming up, and probably some more brick rigs. Now tomorrow I'm going to have one more scrap mechanic episode. It's going to be probably a little shorter episode. It is a present that I've received that I'm going to open up and show you guys. It's from another YouTuber. It's really cool, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that and talk about it a bit. But anyways, guys, hope you have a good day. If you'd like to like and subscribe, everything helps my channel, and we will see you guys next time on Scrap Mechanic. Thank you.